From lovers to serial cheaters, from boasting of academic prowess to seeking easy gates to passing exams, from dirty student politics to the interface between the same and national politics, from the criminalization of human rights to using the same human rights to commit crimes, and then confusion, betrayal, and abuse of female students. Welcome to this week's edition of Peer Chat here on Times Television. Today, we are looking into the issue of college life, especially based on this book.
Into College with All Bad Luck.
And joining us in the program today is the author of this book, Isaac Babalantanda. Am I getting that right?
Yes, it is. Isaac Babalantanda is the name.
Welcome to the show.
Thank you.
And thank you for joining us. As always, you're with me, Elita Soko, and my colleague,
Gary Samant.
And always remember, Peer Chat is here for peer pressure.
But the good kind.
I was just about to say peer.
Peer pressure, yeah, I know this. I was going to say peer as soon as. But you handled it well.
I handled it well.
Yeah, you did handle it well.
So, Isaac.
Yes.
This book. I just read a bit of the, the synopsis and everything, but maybe briefly tell us what it's about.
Thank you very much.
Yeah.
This is a very exciting book. Mm-hmm. Basically, it's a novel about college life in Malawi. Although the setting is Zomba Chancellor College, but it depicts life as it is in all the colleges in Malawi. Mm-hmm. So be that Pole, be that Nzuni, Luana, if you read this book, you'll be able to relate, you'll be able to learn about life of students at a university in Malawi.
Now, it's quite interesting, really. Is it based on real life or is it fiction?
No, it is fiction. But fiction mirrors real life.
Yes.
So if you read this book, you'll not be far away from real life.
I love that. I'm a sucker for fiction myself.
That's very good.
So let's now go back to perhaps the background behind the book itself. What prompted you to write it?
Thank you very much.
Yes.
I was born in Bangwe Township, and growing up, I've always been expressive in nature. When we hear in Tano from our elders, when I was narrating the same to my friends, they could be motivated and fascinated with the way I was narrating those stories to them.
Yeah.
So when I went to college, in my first degree, I studied literature. And when I was doing my second degree, that was when I was reading Lower Chancellor College.
Yes.
There was a time when we had the 8 months holiday due to academic freedom. We were just staying at home.
Yes.
And I thought, what can I do with my time?
Yeah.
The idea came to me, okay, people have always said you are creative in nature. Why can't you write a story that people can read and enjoy? The idea came that I should write a story about college life. That's when I started the book, and it is now a finished product today.
How long ago was that?
I think it was the academic freedom was in 2011. Yes.
This is 2021.
Wow. It's like 10 years working on this.
Yes, I never gave up on my dream. I faced setbacks along the road. There were times when I lost motivation. I was procrastinating, but at the back of my mind, I always knew that I have to finish this project. So last year, 2020, when the world was attacked by this invisible enemy, coronavirus, I was mostly home. So I said, okay, what can I use my time with? I said, okay, I have this project, I must finish it. So it was now easy for me to finish the book because I had all the time in 2020. And I'm proud and I'm very humbled, I'm very happy that today the end product is the one you are seeing in front of you.
I must say, I feel quite a bit proud of you.
Thank you so much. Thank you.
And I think it takes a lot of discipline to actually put, word to paper and come up with such a product. It's quite interesting. But let's now dive into college life. I mean, you were in college yourself, so this is something perhaps that's based on some of the events that took place during your time. You talk of academic freedom, and you talk here about dirty student politics. I'm sure it's all in there somewhere. You talk about serial cheaters.
Oh yes.
That's very funny.
Yeah.
I always think of college as a place where a person is built. For the rest of their lives. Whatever they do for the rest of their lives depends on what happens to them in college.
That is very true.
Yeah.
It's a very critical time in one's life, as you have said, and I agree with you entirely. Only to add that in college, as you have said, what you do there can affect the rest of your life. That is even more important to read this book, because nowadays, if you look at the people who are going to college, they are going to college at a very young age, maybe 16, 17, and 18. Yeah. They are in their first years. These are very young people.
Very young.
They are coming from secondary schools or from high schools going to college. Now, in secondary schools, they were under strict control by school administration, by parents. But in college, suddenly they have all the freedom, all the liberty. They are suddenly allowed to go to opposite sex hostels and they can sleep there. No one to tell them when to go to class or whether to attend to classes or not. So it's a big jump from secondary school to college life. Now when people get into college, they are super excited.
Excitement is at the utmost high, I should say.
Yes, they have all the freedom. So this freedom, if not properly handled well, it can affect one's life, as you said, forever. That's why there is need to know what happens in college, so that, for example, if you are a kid, your sister, your brother is going to college, at least you know how to prepare them well. If you are going there, you should know what you are going to meet. Yes. So that's why this book captures life in colleges really good. That's why this book is a must read for parents, for people who are going to college, even for those who have never been to college. They'll find this book more relatable because they will have a picture of what students go through when they're in college. Yes.
Now, as someone who's experienced both Zuni and Chanko, the Chanko way of living, should we say within Moewaku College, Umasiana, depending on the college that you've gone to, or just basically Basi, Digimos?
No. Actually, I've been, as you have said, I've been at Zuni for 4 years. I've been at Chanko for 4 years. And I was a very active student. Matribi kubole, kupita, kubunda, sini mashota ya. Makapo ndio kubita nao. I was mabasa ajabu wera nao. Antu inatusa mutu pa window. Of course, mapuzo sini matina. Yes, so what I can really say is life in these colleges is the same. There are certain common elements that are prevalent in all these colleges. The differences, if they are at all, they are very minimal, but the similarities are far greater than the differences. Sure.
Let's talk about the social life generally. What happens in college stays with the person forever. For instance, I know some people who are deemed to be more social than others, and look at them in a certain way and all that. Is that really, how can I put this?
I get your point.
Is there a limit on how social a person can be while in college?
It depends on a person. Others, they really want to explore themselves. So there are no boundaries. Indeed, there are no limits to what they can do. That's why if they drink a lot. Others, if they love if it's as if there's no more love tomorrow. So but also it depends on the people's character. We are different people, and we do things differently. So you see others. On the social aspect, it can also create pressure on others because for you to really enjoy social life, maybe there is need for a little bit of finances. Now this brings to question of young girls. Maybe they want a new phone, they want nice hair, they want good food, and now life is even tough in the colleges because if you go to Pole or you go to Chanko, you go to Zuni, cafeteria. They are no longer in the hands of the universities.
Things have changed.
People now you need to constantly have money to spend on food. Now it brings pleasure to some people. Maybe we come from different backgrounds.
Yes.
Brings now to maybe some older guys who have money, who are like vultures, some Meshans. They go and hunt. They call it hunting. They go and hunt these girls, which is bad. Because as you said, what you do in college has the potential to affect the rest of your life. So maybe to our administrators, our policy makers, they need to review. In the past, people have been educated in colleges where they are going to the cafeteria, sponsored by the college. But now atakuja ziwaya, mina makolera chani, and it's even tougher nowadays because my hostels in Doje. They are taking a lot of students to go to the colleges, but there's not enough space. As a result, atabanga lenti ngati muno black time maone na kuchitawira chani. Na malento zimalonga de memuja and more vote. And the security is of vote. And the vulnerability also is easy. Because when, for example, you at Paul, right? Yeah. What in the name of a girls' hostel did you have there?
There was Kapeni, there was Hirid.
Okay, let's say that, for example, I took Kapeni. When you know girls are living in the same hostel, it's more, in my view, it's also like a control measure. Kumano akakoda kala muchitawira kukakoda zigena kake ndalama mpanga chigale mu chake panja kumatenga basi mabira sosa kala bwino chani. So it's really tough for our students in colleges to balance social life, to balance with their education life. Sure.
I mean, college is like, as you put it, it's a very interesting time. Like Monto, you are very excited and stuff. But at the same time, I also feel like college is, it might be one of the most confusing times that you'll ever spend. I mean, you're going into, like, as you put it, Monto Ujogera from secondary school, where they were telling you at 9 o'clock do this, at 10 o'clock do this. Come on, now it's like all up to you. And then you go into college and it's like you then get to meet different people, like people from a different background. I mean, in secondary school, whether you're rich or whether you're poor, yes.
But then
now it's all different, you know. And then I feel like sometimes even reality gets to hit you. But you know. And also when it comes to socializing with people.
Yes.
Tizibwezi
and on the subject of that, you see that in the book also they are exactly what you're explaining. In mafusi la vina vage mabondaranje maini in colleges makati magazine tinataki kushakonali nyali akutape ndekutibe you can even be psychological torture. You need to be mentally strong also. But hey, it's time to discover yourself. No risk, no reward, perhaps.
Definitely. Now, I feel like since you studied at Mzuzu University and at Chancellor College, I feel like you have a feel of college at a certain time and then later.
Yes.
Can you be able to compare? Because perhaps I also have a little bit of that advantage. If I look at the transition, cafeterias.
Yes.
Because at some point when we first started, cafeteria food was there. You only needed a coupon.
Yes. Yes.
And that's it. You don't need to worry about you have money. In fact, that's what,
like in my first degree, I had literally nothing. I don't do a bus. That's bitter.
You guys, I feel like you guys college life here no
that's the thing. Like different social classes, it would come in. Maybe from the looks of but now when it came to the ability to learn, it was equal. Because Aliense is getting the same kind of opportunities. they have food chimodzimodzi aliyense so kuti
And
wina
pokhala pofanana
and palibe zokuti wina azivutika
proximity to the library mofanana.
Everything was pretty much uniform, but now later kupezeka zokuti izinto zimene zijazatha and kufika nokwenje kuti mwana wa school nokumafika kwenje umafuna kumapanga ama business ena I've read of somebody going to the point of selling beans.
Yes.
Kuti achite survive in school.
Yeah, it's really tough nowadays because government policy, they want more students to access university education, which is fair and good.
Yes.
But the infrastructure is the same in Muna if they can increase infrastructure, for example, my hostels